All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS, and salutations to y'all around the world that's teaching the truth. My name is Maya Ka'ala. Bungad of Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds that scatter abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. All right, and it said, don't say, the water for the Archaeological that teaching truth put their lives on the line for it. And shalom to you, serious sisters that's learning from our videos. All right, and black is a color, not a nationality. Okay, we are not affiliated with any black identity stream groups. We are not affiliated with any stream groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right. So I just came across this interesting article right here. All right. And this it's about the ancient. It says stunning ancient site discovered near U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. I said the discovery was made in Arnola, an affluent neighborhood in southern Jerusalem. All right, it says archaeologists in Israel had discovered a stunning ancient site near the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. The discovery was made in Arnola, an affluent neighborhood in southern Jerusalem where the embassy is located. In a statement emailed to Fox News, the Israel Antiquities Authority said that archaeologists discovered an unusual large structure built of concentric walls. Some 120 jar handles were also found bearing the sealed impressions with ancient Hebrew script. So this is most likely Lashwan Kadash or Paleo Hebrew. All right, and see you scoffers, man. You always, our people, they always try to come through, try to say, "Oh, Israel don't exist, ancient Israel exists," but this is more archaeological evidence, man. It says right here, it says 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8, it said, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth," right, man? You can't do nothing against the truth, man, but for it, man. And it was the spirit. I just got through finished praying that to Yahweh to bring out more evidence that we are the Israelites, man. And this popped up. All right. This let's see. Yeah, man. It was a spirit that happened, man. All right. It says Psalms 85:11. It said, "Truth shall spring out of earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven." All right. And I finished my prayer. This popped up, man. It says right here, it says, discovery made in Arnono, the affluent neighborhood in Southern Jerusalem where the embassy is located. All right, I'm going to skip down here. I read that. It says right here, in ancient times, a seal stamp or bula was used to authenticate documents or items. It said many of the handles had the inscription. What's that? So it says to the king. All right. So it probably means la malak. All right. It says to the king. All right. It says along with the name of an ancient city according to Israel and Antiquities and Authority. It said other scriptures had the names of senior officials or wealthy people from the first temple period between 960 BCE and 586 BCE. All right, so we have, because you did have a lot of Jace, man, that had money, man. All right, and these are the ancestors of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, let's see right here. It said hidden underground chamber discovered near Western Wall, Jerusalem. All right, it said this site is believed stores facilities from the time of ancient Judean king Hezekiah and Manasseh. All right, and this is the site right here. So I'm trying to get a closer look at it. All right. So this is real, man. All right. Yeah. It says Israel Antiquity Authority evacuations at the Rona site from the first temple period. Yanav, Berman, Israel Antiquities Authority. All right. It said this is one of the most significant discoveries from the period of kings in Jerusalem made in recent years, said Nero Sapar Nathan Ben Ari, directors of the evacuation on behalf of Israel Antiquities Authority. In a statement, the site was used to store food supplies. Then it's like, all right, so if they, because y'all got those scoffers like to say, you know, the nation Israel real, but how come, why would if these people want the real, why would there be food there? Why would the everything be there, the archaeological evidence, man, the jars, the buildings, everything, man. All right. And like the scripture said, man, and like in Isaiah 4:22, our people sottish, man. They sottish children, man. They stupid. All right. Cause they don't want to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and they don't want to admit that Yahweh say true power, man. All right. It says small statue was made from clay were also discovered at the site. Some of the figurines are designed in form of women, horse riders, as animals, said Sapir and Ben Ari in a statement. These figurines are usually interpreted as objects used in pagan worship, idolatry, a phenomenon which, according to the Bible, was prevalent in the King of Judah. Yep. And the same thing going on today, man. Like I said in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, there's nothing new under the sun, man. Jacob into voodoo, into Santeria, into Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Judaism was got nothing to do with us. All 12 tribes receive the law, statutes, commandments. And Judaism break down the doctrine of the Jews. All right. So, you know, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was the only ones given the law, statutes, commandments. All right. And then anyway, that's what the Edomites called their system, which they got from us. All right. All right. Which they got from the southern kingdom, man. All right. You know, so, you know, Judaism had nothing to do with us, man. You know, the Israelites were given the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. You know, the Yahweh then present the law, statutes, commandments to the 12 tribes of Israel and said, this is my Judaism, or this is Judaism. All right. It seems that shortly after the site was abandoned with destruction of the kingdom of Judah in 586 BCE and Babylon exile, the site was resettled, administrative activity resumed, they added. During this time, governmental activity at the site was connected to Judean province upon the return of Zion in 538 BCE under auspices of Anachemy Persian Empire. That's right. That's right. Cause we free. We. That's right. Yep. We free when the Persians came a little bit later. You know, it says which then ruled over Tyre and the Persian Empire is Elam, the so-called Iranian and the East Indians. All right. They was of Shemitic descent. All right. And dark skin, all right, dark brown people like us, man. All right, become very shades of brown, so do they. All right, it says which then shall rule over the entire ancient Near East and Central Asia. All right, so he go right here the seal. All right, you can see it right there. All right, it said the two-wing seal impression. It said the U.S. Embassy in Verona opened in May 2018 to coincide the 70th anniversary of Israel independence. It said Israel continued to reveal new aspects of its rich history. Our rich history, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, speckled birds. It said hidden underground chambers dating back 2,000 years, for example, were recently discovered near the Western Wall in Jerusalem. Earlier this year, an international team of archaeologists uncovered an ancient biblical era temple, what is now National Park Tel Lachish, and another project, an Iron Age temple complex discovered near Jerusalem and shedding new light on ancient biblical city. Last year, the room in Jerusalem venerated the site of, so they're talking about Yahweh Last Supper was revealed in a stunning detail thanks to a remarkable 3D laser scanning technology. All right, a Christian holy site, the synagogue from Latin Diamond, is located on the upper floor of David's tomb complex on Jerusalem, Mount Zion. Okay. All right. So this is interesting, man, to those people like to say, oh, the Bible's not real. The people didn't exist. But what about this hardcore evidence, man? All right. So, you know, this is it. So, Shalom.